Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Chris Nelson. I'm an abstract artist based in Ontario, Canada. And today I'm going to show you my painting process from the sketch in the beginning right to the end where I do my final marks. So I hope you follow along with me on this journey. This will be part 1 of 2, and I'll explain a little bit of what I'm doing on the way and just a little bit about myself. So this is the last painting I'm doing for my nostalgia series. This will be a bedroom. This will be my childhood bedroom, and I'm drawing clothes scattered all over the floor, kind of representing how messy I am now and maybe how messy I am back then. And then I am going to be adding some nature elements into this sketch because I kind of want it to be like you're outgrowing your bedroom, but your bedroom is also being overgrown. Nature's kind of taking over your childhood bedroom when you're gone. So I'll be posting a video every Saturday, so definitely subscribe and give me a follow. I greatly appreciate that. And tell me if you're an artist or you're great. Tell me in the comments a little bit about your own practice. I would love to connect with other artists on YouTube. So I'm just kind of using the sketch that I have in my hand and transferring it over with willow charcoal, which is a charcoal that is like kind of dusty. It's very easy to take off. So I came back the next day, and this is the day I've decided to start my first layer. So I usually do the opposite colors and values of what I want the final piece to be. Red is like a bright red is always awesome to have as your background color, because as you're building up your layers, there'll always be peaks of red kind of through, especially on the corners of certain objects that you're painting, which I find creates a lot of interest. And I'm just painting the trees like a dark forest green, and who knows, I might leave them that color, but I might incorporate some lightness. So definitely a lighter acrylic over that, just so there's a little bit dimension. And then I'm just painting the bed frame. So while I'm recording this audio for this video, I am making cottage cheese crackers, and you put like spices on it. It's basically just like a spoonful of cottage cheese per cracker, and you put that on a cookie sheet and you bake it, and then you put these spices on it. You can put bagel seasoning, or I just put onion and garlic and pepper. And then you let them crisp up, and then you can have it with marinara sauce. So that will be my attempt for eating healthier in 2026. So I stop eating a dozen cookies or something bad at like 10 o'clock at night. So I'll let you know how they go. All right, so back to the painting. I have done the first layer of the bed frame, and I painted the floor. I think I painted it like a dark navy or a dark green, because I'm gonna leave the floor probably like an oaky wood color. And now I'm just working on the sheets. I am painting it navy, and I put lines through it with the back of my brush, and I might leave it like that. I sometimes like when some elements of the painting are unfinished and not overlayered, and that I can leave some original marks from the initial layer. So we'll see what happens with that. And when it comes to my brushes, I just get them from the dollar store. I grab maybe like 6 or 7 packs at once of different sizes, and I unfortunately just throw them out when they dry up, because I do a lot of scumbling with my paintings, which is it's like a dry paint, it's like a dry brush technique where you just put a little bit of paint on your brush and you make sure your brush is pretty dry. So then when you do a layer, it's you're like really pressing hard and not delicately into the canvas, and it kind of creates a cool texture for a new layer. But yeah, that basically runs your brushes out pretty quick, and I wouldn't want to do that to expensive brushes. So yeah, just get your brushes from the dollar store. When it comes to paints, I stick to Liquitex or Golden. They are the best professional paints, I would say, out there. And I would say if you're just starting, kind of splurge and at least get a set of Liquitex paints. I think you can get 12 colors in a set from Michael's, if you're in Canada, I think in the States too, for probably 40 or 50% off. And then so you're getting 12 good paints for $70, and it really does make a difference on how you paint. And on my palette, I basically just pick what colors are near me, and I just put 4 or 5 colors on my palette with black and white. Especially for the first layer, I'm not really thinking that hard about what's going underneath, because I know I'm going to cover the first layer with a few other layers. But I usually try to pick bright or bold colors underneath, because it's easier for me, I would find, to neutralize them as the painting gets nearing finish. And it's easier to balance, I find, to add neutrals in a very colorful painting, if that makes sense. For example, right now I'm adding the colors onto the pieces of clothes, and I'm just using the colors I already have on my palette and just mixing them up. So as you can see, there's a t-shirt there that's green. It's basically the same color as the grass in the background. I'm using a lot of reds, pinks. I think I'm going to start using some purples, and then with some whites and lilac colors and neutrals as well. I just try not to be hung up on what colors I'm using at this point. At this point, you just only have to be conscious when you're doing this. You're just putting paint down after the initial sketch. You just put paint down, and then you can always adjust the colors later on in the painting. And when you're really kind of just letting it flow on what colors you use, you get really cool surprises and really interesting color combinations that you wouldn't really find unless you were just kind of winging it, per se. I am definitely not the artist that pre-mixes their paints and has everything in like cute little containers, and they have a little book with all their different color combinations and how they mix them. I am definitely not that organized. I would just say go to the canvas and paint, and you can correct as you go. So I think after this painting, I'm going to finish up on my nostalgia series and move back to just non-representational abstract. So non-representational abstract is abstract that you can't really tell. It doesn't have any objects or like real life things in them. It's just supposed to be, you know, shapes, textures, and lines and stuff like that, colors. It's more based on the composition than the actual imagery of it. And I find those paintings are pure emotion and intuition. When you're doing non-representational abstract, you have to completely go into yourself. It is pure feelings and pure emotion and the present moment. And I'm excited to get back into that because I haven't had the urge to paint in that way in probably 6 or 7 months. I have been more into doing representational abstract, so kind of like this nostalgia series, or I did like an abstract cowboy series. I had images to kind of rely on to create. And don't get me wrong, I love creating paintings like the one I'm creating now. And it's like a I have to be in the mood for them. So I am in the mood to paint this one, but I know I'm kind of getting the itch to try something different. I think having ADHD and maybe just a creative mind, we're always looking for the next thing to do. We're like, okay, I've done 5 or 6 of this subject or style, I'm ready to move on to something else. Is anyone else like that when it comes to their art? I feel like every artist has a little bit of ADHD or impatient in some way, so just let me know in the comments. So now I'm just painting the floor kind of like a light mauve color, and I don't know if you can see it, but I'm actually scraping in the wood panel pattern so that when I repaint it, I kind of have a pattern I can follow, or again, I could just leave it depending on how unfinished I want some pieces of the painting to be. Also for this series, I kind of have been adding words. So on the bottom, I did leave a white strip, and with the charcoal, I wrote outgrowing your childhood bedroom. So I will be painting that over with like a nicer white, and then after I'm done completing the painting, I'll use like a neo color crayon to put in the words. I'm excited to get back in the studio this week and finish the painting, because that's when I can do all the fun marks, and I use all my crayons or pencils, oil pastels to really make the painting pop at the end. So I really enjoy that, so I'm excited to show you guys. And yeah, these are this is how my videos will be. Like, I like the uneditedness of them and the authenticity of them. I want to show that there's real artists working out there, and nothing has to be perfect. You'll see with a lot of my paintings that I paint over things multiple times, and we're all just learning together. So I hope you enjoyed this video, part 1 of my painting process. I will be posting the second video next weekend on Saturday, and that's where I'll do my end marks and my final layers. So let me know what you think. Thanks so much. Have a good weekend.